It seems there might be a second Wrath of Man movie headed your way, and it's making a lot of money worldwide, totaling $104 million. What is the reason for making another movie? Well, it's likely because the first one did really well at the box office. The estimated budget for making the movie was around $40 million, so with such a successful performance and a good budget, it looks like they're ready to continue the story with Wrath of Man 2. Buckle up, because the dynamic duo of Jason Statham and director Guy Ritchie is back in the spotlight. These two have a cinematic history that's more than just a collaboration. It's a partnership that has shaped Statham's career and elevated Ritchie's directorial prowess. Let's take a ride through their journey, exploring the highs of Snatch and Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, and the recent twists with Wrath of Man and Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre. Jason Statham, known for his rugged on-screen persona, didn't start in Hollywood glitz. Before diving into acting, he was a part of Britain's national diving team and tried his hand at modeling. It was Guy Ritchie who saw the untapped potential in Statham, giving him a breakthrough role in Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels. The crime comedies Snatch and Lock, Stock marked the inception of their collaboration, showcasing Ritchie's distinct style and Statham's raw talent. However, not every film in their repertoire has been a chartbuster. Revolver, a dark comedic gangster movie, faced mixed reviews, but the duo's chemistry endured. After a hiatus, they reunited for a different genre, high-octane action thrillers, including Wrath of Man and Operation Fortune Ruse de Guerre. Statham's career, now synonymous with intense action roles, might not have unfolded the same way without Ritchie's initial belief in him. Lock, Stock, and Two Smoking Barrels, a crime film that injected new life into British cinema, was the catalyst for Statham's rise to stardom. Cast as Bacon in this Ritchie-directed gem, Statham's performance caught the industry's attention. This collaboration paved the way for a string of action-packed franchises, from Transporter to Fast and Furious, establishing Statham as a Hollywood tough guy. Their cinematic journey is like a roller coaster, with thrilling highs and occasional dips. Statham's versatility is evident in films like Crank, The Expendables, The Meg, and his entry into the Fast and Furious saga. Ritchie, with his distinctive storytelling, brought an edgy and stylish flair to crime films, making a mark on the industry. Now, the excitement revolves around the prospect of Wrath of Man 2. Their collaboration on the first Wrath of Man, a heist thriller, showcased the fusion of Ritchie's directorial finesse and Statham's commanding presence. The success of this film, with a worldwide total of $104 million, sets the stage for a sequel. The chemistry between Statham and Ritchie, honed over years of collaboration, provides a solid foundation for crafting another compelling story. As we anticipate Wrath of Man 2, it's clear that Ritchie and Statham, despite occasional bumps, share a creative understanding that goes beyond the screen. Statham's evolution from a British diver into an action superstar is intrinsically tied to Ritchie's directorial vision. The upcoming sequel promises more gritty action, intriguing plots, and undoubtedly, Statham's signature tough guy charisma. In the world of cinema, where partnerships define the magic on screen, the Ritchie-Statham collaboration remains a testament to the transformative power of belief and talent. So, fasten your seatbelts for the next cinematic journey with Statham and Ritchie, a ride that promises to deliver the adrenaline-pumping action and gripping storytelling we've come to expect from this dynamic duo. The Wrath of Man 2 could go in different directions for the main character, H. He might decide to help the FBI with his knowledge of crime, leaving his criminal past behind. This could make him face moral questions about right and wrong. Another possibility is that, while seeking revenge for his son, H discovers new information that leads him to go after others involved in the tragedy. This could make the sequel darker and more action-packed. On the other hand, the authorities might find out about H's true identity, leading him to deal with legal consequences while trying to start a new life. This could explore themes of redemption and justice. Alternatively, the sequel could focus on other characters from the first film, like Dana, H's FBI contact, or Bullet, his associate, telling their stories and connecting them to H's life in some way. In The Wrath of Man 2, they could make Jason Statham's character H more like John Wick. Maybe there's a new and powerful bad group that causes problems for H or his loved ones, making him come back into action. He could follow a set of personal rules, kind of like John Wick does. Showcasing H's awesome fighting and thinking skills in intense action scenes would make him a strong force against his enemies. They could also bring out H's knowledge of the criminal world and his connections, giving him what he needs to deal with the dangers he faces. Expanding the world where H operates by introducing new characters, places, and rules would make the story more interesting. He could be a hero who doesn't really want to be one, but is determined to do what needs to be done. Making sure the story fits with the first movie's tone and themes is important, but if done well, adding John Wick-like elements could make The Wrath of Man 2 exciting and give fans a new look at H's character. Guy Ritchie could take a surprising turn and create a prequel for The Wrath of Man, similar to the upcoming film Ballerina in the John Wick universe. This could open up a whole new universe for the Wrath of Man franchise. For those unfamiliar with Ballerina, it's a vengeful adventure featuring a new protagonist following in John Wick's footsteps, expanding on the complex mythology of the criminal underworld and potentially revealing more about John Wick's mysterious past. Although it's a new story with new characters, Ballerina will include familiar faces such as Norman Reedus, Ana de Armas, Keanu Reeves, Ian McShane, Lance Reddick, and Angelica Houston. This prequel could offer a fresh perspective on the world introduced in The Wrath of Man, providing fans with an opportunity to explore different aspects of the narrative and characters. In the ending of The Wrath of Man, director Guy Ritchie takes a different approach compared to his earlier films like Lock, Stock, and Snatch. The movie follows H, played by Jason Statham, as he seeks revenge for the death of his son by infiltrating a security guard company to find the killers. The final scene has H confronting and killing the man responsible, Jan, in a calculated and clinical manner. However, the film deviates from the typical triumphant moment of revenge, emphasizing the weight of grief and the emptiness it brings. H's detachment is evident as he inflicts precise violence on Jan, mirroring the details of his son's death. In a fleeting moment, H's emotional pain surfaces when he reveals his son's name, highlighting the tragedy of his loss. Despite achieving his goal, the movie portrays the futility of vengeance, with H left with a profound sense of emptiness. And that wraps up today's video. Thank you for tuning in, and we look forward to having you back for the next one. Feel free to share your suggestions for future videos in the comments below. We're eager to hear your thoughts on whether The Wrath of Man 2 will happen or not. So don't hesitate to share your opinions in the comments section. Your input is always appreciated.